Hey guys, welcome to my Christmas update. That's taken me way longer to do than it should have. I think I'm gonna just stick with the DVDs and stuff that I got for Christmas instead of doing one big old haul. Because other than, DVDs and Blu-rays, I mostly just got, I got a bag and then I got mostly clothes. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the DVDs here and then the stuff that I bought with Christmas money. And then, after this video, we're gonna rewind all the way back to Black Friday, because I got some awesome stuff, and I want to do an update featuring that stuff, because it's sitting in stacks on my shelf, and I need to put them away. But, yeah, this is Christmas Haul 2013. What? So let's get going. First thing we have here is gonna be Mad Men Season 6 on Blu-ray. I love Mad Men. Unfortunately, it's coming to an end next season. Next season will be the final one, Season 7, which I do think it's time. It's kind of losing steam, I feel like. And plus, they're out of the 60s now. They're going into the 70s, but I think Mad Men is a show that belongs in the 60s, because that's what I kind of love about it. I love the fashion, the set design, just everything that went along with the 60s. Obviously, there's lots of bad stuff that happened, but aside from that, I like the aesthetic. That's what I like about the show, and of course the great acting, and the interesting characters. From what people tell me, the number one reason people don't really watch this show, and this is just based on people I talk to, is because they feel like it's going to be really slow, which, I'm not going to lie, sometimes it kind of is. It's just, I think it's a show you watch for the acting, not the action. It's a really great character piece, focused on the characters and stuff like that, rather than lots of fast-paced action and stuff like that. But I say sit through the first couple episodes and you'll definitely be invested, I believe. So, really, I don't know, I'm wondering I'm kind of interested in seeing how they're planning on ending it, so I hope they end it on a high note, because there was one finale this year, Dexter, I'm looking at you, that was freaking horrible and just awful, and I'm complete letdown, so I hope that's not what's gonna happen. But Mad Men, awesome show. I do recommend checking it out. It's very good. Next up we have Warehouse 13. This is a Sci-Fi Channel show. It's a lot of fun, although I'm a little pissed at the Sci-Fi Channel right now because they're gonna cancel it. Season 5 is gonna be the last season, and I'm kind of shocked because this I thought always did pretty well, but I think Sci-Fi's kind of pouring everything into Defiance, which is cool and all, but don't give up on all your other shows because you got a fancy new toy. But this, yeah, like I said, this is a lot of fun. If you really aren't sure what it's about this team of people who work for the warehouse, and the warehouse is where all these artifacts are kept. And what the artifact is it's objects, owned by famous people or were present at a famous event, which caused them to kind of get powers, I guess you could say, that make people who possess them, it gives it power to people. It's not always a good thing, and I know I'm making it sound not that great, but it's a lot of fun. This show, it's not super serious. It does have its serious moments, don't get me wrong, but it's overall a, more fun, lighthearted sci-fi show, I guess. But if you're looking for something new in the sci-fi genre, I recommend giving Warehouse 13 a try. Next up is one of my favorite discoveries from this year, so I'm gonna really recommend it to you guys. So good, and it's Wentworth. I don't think it's actually called Wentworth Prison, but this is the Region 2 edition. It's actually an Australian show based on the series Prisoner Cell Block H. I don't think it ties in with that whatsoever. I think it's just kind of took some ideas and kind of made its own show. I've never seen Prisoner Cell Block H before, so I can't tell you how it compares, but the show on its own is really engaging, really good, and I love it. It's about B here, who's played by Daniel Cormack, who I know from Xena and Hercules and Legend of the Seeker and, you know, those Rob Tappert, Sam Raimi shows. I always loved her in all of those, so I was very excited to see she was, got the lead role in her own show, so awesome. But she is thrown into prison for attempted murder of her husband, and it explains why, obviously. But she's thrown into kind of the middle of this prison gang war led by Frankie, who's played by Nicole De Silva, who's my favorite character on the show, and then you got Jax. I can't remember the actress's name that plays her, but she does a very good job. And through B, we learn, the customs of the prison and the rules and the regulations, and we also meet all these new characters and all these interesting people with interesting backgrounds, and I don't know what I'm doing with my hand here, but yeah, prison shows have always interested me, and obviously I can't talk about this without talking about Orange is the New Black. If you haven't seen that, check that one out as well. Equally as fantastic. Sadly, it hasn't been released just yet, so I'm hoping for release soon. But yeah, I picked this. This is the Region 2 edition. It's not available in Region 1 just yet, and I was looking at the Blu Ray. I think Australia is the only one that has the Blu Ray out, but it is so expensive. So I just went for this one, which is fine. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I said, Amazon UK. It wasn't too expensive, I don't think, and this one is the deluxe version. It's like $2 or $3 more, and I think you could just get some extra features, which is fine by me. I'll take some extra features because this show's awesome, and I want to know more about it. So yeah, like I said, I'm really glad to be seeing all these shows about, I guess, we had all the, shows like Oz and Prison Break. Those are centered around, prison world, but it's male prisons. And so now we're getting some shows about what life is like in a female prison with, female inmates. Not something I ever want to discover for myself, but it is interesting. It makes for some interesting TV. Last but not least, for the stuff I got for Christmas, it is Spartacus, War of the Damned, extra glary edition there. Look how, yeah, it's still got the shrink wrap on it. Yeah, I thought it was a good way to end the series. I'm kind of sad that it's over, but, I mean, through all the stuff that the shows had to go through, cast changes and just all kinds of stuff, I think it ended on a pretty good note. It didn't take a complete nosedive. The writing stayed, top-notch, the acting, the story was, engaging. Like I said, I think this is a good show. I think you should definitely check it out. If it looks, it's not really like anything I've seen before. It has the 300 style of filming. If that's not your cup of tea, then probably you're gonna want to stay. If you didn't like the way 300 was filmed, you're probably gonna want to stay away from it. But I think it works for a show like this. Yeah, and like I said, nice to have the last season finally on my shelf. Glad to have all the Spartacus seasons on my shelf. And I'm gonna have to do a rewatch very soon because I think the first season, Blood and Sand, is definitely still my favorite. That one has probably one of the best season finales I think I've ever seen of any show ever. It's just crazy intense. So yeah, Spartacus. Just some gory, action-filled, sex-filled, fun TV, I guess. It's just different from anything, and that's, I think, what I like so much about it. Alright, this is stuff that I bought with money that I received for Christmas. First up, we have Doctor Who, Day of the Doctor. This is, of course, the 50th anniversary special. and I got this for a really great price, brand new, still sealed, but I paid $12.96 for it. Because at work, we got a box of these that were supposed to go to the Best Buy up the street, but they delivered them to us, and then there was nothing we could really do about it, I guess. So they just put it in the system as is and got the price down to $12.96, brand new, 3D, the 3D edition. So with the awesome slipcover, so I couldn't pass this up, and I need to rewatch it again because I don't think I've watched this the whole way through yet. I've had it on my computer for a while now. I just haven't had time to sit down and finish it. But now I've got it on Blu-ray. There's no excuse not to. And last but not least is a show. I think it's the best show nobody ever talks about, and I'll explain why. But it is Shameless Season 1 and Shameless Season 2. Picked these up for $16.99, something like that. They were on sale. I've been wanting to get this show for a while, and I just never hear anybody talk about it, and that's a shame, because it is fantastic. It's a Showtime show, and Season 3 was just released on DVD not too long ago, so I'm waiting for that to go on sale before I pick it up. But this show, there is nowhere this show will not go. There is no taboo this show will not, go for. If you don't know what it's about this super, dysfunctional family. The Gallaghers, the father here is Frank Gallagher. He is the most unfit parent I have ever seen in my life. He's just a horrible person in general, to be honest. He's horrible, and yet you still find yourself okay, maybe he'll turn around, maybe he'll go back and, do what a parent's supposed to, and, support his kids, but oh my, you have to watch it to understand. You don't understand why you want this character to even succeed at anything, but yet you still root for him. At least I don't know why. I guess that's how good the writing is. But anyway, then it also stars Emmy Rossum, who again does a wonderful job in this show. I hadn't really seen her anything except, Phantom of the Opera and then The Day After Tomorrow. So it was a nice surprise to see her in this show. And she plays Fee, who's she's the oldest of the Gallagher kids, and she's kind of taken on the role of parent. And so she keeps the house running, and she is kind of, like a parent to all. I think there's five kids in total, I believe. And they're just, these kids are so street smart, it's not even funny. They just manage to find their way out of every situation. And it's just a really engaging show. This is a remake, I believe, of there's a British one that's the original, but from what I've heard, this is actually better. I've never seen the British one, but I do wonder how it compares. But like I said, if you watch the show again, you'll understand what I mean when I say there is nowhere this show is afraid to go when it comes to certain topics. Any topic is game, just a lot of, yeah. Like I said, I love to chat about this show with anybody who's seen it, so yeah, just leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think. That's it for the Christmas stuff, guys. Like I said, I got some books for Christmas as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm going to do a separate update because I've gotten so many books lately, and I do kind of want to start doing some other things because I like to read, if you can't tell by the bookshelf behind me, and then there's another one over there, and I know some of you guys incorporate books into your updates too, so something else we can chat about, so that's always fun. So yeah, like I said, Black Friday, a super duper incredibly late Black Friday update will be coming, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys later. I hope you guys had a wonderful new year, and I hope 2014 is great for you. So yeah, as always, comment, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. I will leave a link to, I've started tweeting again, if anybody's interested. I stopped for a while, but I've started again, so link to my Twitter, my Instagram, my Tumblr, if you're brave enough to go on my Tumblr, because that's where I freak out a lot over everything. I've got my Goodreads, And then I've also just started a Letterboxed account there, so oh my god, I've got a lot of crap to keep up with, but it's a lot of fun, and it's even more fun if I have people to follow and chat with. So yeah, I will see you with my next video, guys. Have a good one.